There are plenty of seats up front here, okay? For those who are not interested in the program, there is a foyer out there for which there is no, there won't be any interruptions to your discussions. I appreciate that. So, I am Bill Sheehy, and most of you know me as Nancy Ann's prom date, okay? And by my recollection, it's been, there we are. It's been 50 years and 3 months since all of us got together on graduation day. And I look around, I think you guys look pretty damn good out there. All right, I don't know if the people who look like who didn't come to the reunion. I don't know what they're doing tonight, you know, arguing politics on Facebook, I guess, God only knows, but they're not here. And we have a very special program. The committee has worked hard, and I hope you'll give us your attention, and I hope it'll be unforgettable. So what we're going to do is my opening comments will take a moment, and then Kathy is going to give an invocation. Joe Fioravani, a few words, and then we're going to honor the 8 Hall of Fame recipients from the class of 1965. And Dave Anderson did the research on that, and we're going to have a fun time with them. And Don Reed's going to just give a very brief a report on the wonderfully attended, standing room only, luncheon this afternoon honoring the veterans. I mean, if you think this is a mob scene, I mean, that was a mob scene. I mean, you got to remember that 230 people paid and 259 people showed up. So, can you see the strain of 29 people on my face? Okay, that's why we have these chairs. So, then we're going to thank the committee. Bruce French is going to have a few words. And then Nancy Ann, you know Nancy Ann. Do you know Nancy Ann? I know Nancy Ann. And she put together a beautiful memoriam with music, and I hope you will stay and get out your handkerchiefs. And we're going to close the program, and this will only take us about 40 minutes, with a musical yearbook. We're going to go through the 10 months of the year. And we're going to pick up the most popular song in 1964, fall in 1965, and we're going to sing along with that, along with naming a few people in the yearbook. And this should take about 40 minutes, and after that, we're going to rock and we're going to roll, okay? So that's the agenda. I just have one other comment before I introduce Kathy, and that is that a lot of people have asked me, what is the theme tonight? What is the theme? Well, at the 10th and the 20th reunion, the theme was to impress people. Okay? Hey, look at me. At the 30th and the 40th, it was more of self-assess. Gee, how am I doing compared to everybody else? Okay? But tonight, this is all about the profess. Okay? And the profess is that, listen up, I am who I am. Take me for better or worse. And I'll do the same for you. All the pretentiousness needs to disappear. We're all over it. And we're going to have a fun evening, okay? With that, I would like to introduce Kathy to come up. She is a chaplain for the Pennsbury Psychiatric Hospital in Hamilton, New Jersey, and she is an ordained minister, and she's just going to say a few words. Thank you.
For those of you who would, bow your head in a word of thanks. God of us all, we come before you tonight and we are so thankful that those of us here are still standing. After the journeys we've been on, after the trials of our lives, after the joys of our lives, we are here to say yay, to say we're strong and we're ready to go on. But we want to take a moment and give you thanks. Thanks for the committee that put this together. Thanks for the lives, for the paths you've given us to walk upon. Thanks for your presence in our lives, even when we haven't been aware of it. Thank you for this evening. This is an auspicious occasion for us, and we're here to celebrate. And so now, that's just what we're going to do. And we thank you that you're with us here, and we just do so in your name. Amen.
Okay. So I have two fears, okay? Only two fears for this evening. And the first fear is a technological failure, okay? That looks like that. So, as a solution to that problem, I have brought with me Ashley. All righty. Ashley is my intern, and I don't trust anyone over age 21 to touch technology, okay? Thank you, Ashley. And my second concern is long-winded speakers. You know what I mean, okay? However, I have a solution for our two speakers, the past president of the Student Council and the Executive Council. 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I give you that warning, and then the ultimate solution.
All right, Bill. Bill, you've never loaded like that.
It's water. There it is. There it is. With that, I introduce Joe Fierbondi. Joe graduated after leaving Pennsbury to the University of Virginia. He then went on to the University of Southern California, USC, where he got a law degree. He is married to Jane, 3 children, 4 grandchildren, practices law, and you all know who he is, a great guy. One great guy. Come on up, Joe.
Good evening, everybody. I was told I had 5 minutes, and Bill just confirmed that. He said that if I went over 5, my ultimate solution was he would have Ken home would break my kneecaps. The first thing there's 3 things I want to do. First, thanks. Second, congratulations. And third, advice. I want to thank Bill and Nancy. He made me promise I wouldn't do this, but you know, without their effort, none of this would have happened. So, Bill and Nancy. Next is congratulations. If you're here tonight, it means you've survived gout, yes, marriage, yes, arthritic changes, irregularity, children, pattern baldness, in-laws, and joint replacement. Those of you who have made it, congratulations to all of you. And it's good to see you. It really is good to see you all. I love you guys. This is a big part of my life, and it's good to share this with you. Finally, advice. Enjoy the evening. Look around, and despite what happened in the 30th and 40th reunion years, do compare yourself to your classmates and take note of your own peak physical condition as compared to those around you who are aging. God bless you all. I'm well under 5 minutes. Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm 3.5 minutes ahead. What am I going to do at that time?
Don't waste it.
Maybe Bruce can use it. What do you think?
No. 5 minutes.
All righty. So what's next? Dave Anderson has been responsible. Hall of Fame. Dave has been responsible for putting together the research for the Hall of Fame. I didn't even know there was a Hall of Fame until Dave told me. And we decided that we were going to honor them. And he did all the research, a lot of work. Dave, by the way, spent 26 years in the Coast Guard. And he's going to...
Thank you very much, Bill, and thank you all for being here tonight. As Bill mentioned, a lot of folks didn't know we had a Hall of Fame for athletics, and I didn't until 2004 when my brother called me and said, "Want to go to the Hall of Fame induction in a couple weeks," because the gymnastics coach was being inducted, and he and I were both gymnasts. Some of you might remember I was a tall, skinny gymnast on the sidebars. At any rate, I thought we ought to maybe recognize the 8 from our class, even if they're not here tonight. The Hall of Fame committee is separate from the Pennsbury school system. They know each other's email, and that's about it. The first group of inductees were selected in 2001. And I would ask, as you see your picture or your name up on the screens, that those Hall of Fame members come forward tonight. And I would ask everybody else, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced this evening. Thank you. Ashley. Inducted in 2003, Bob Burkhardt starred in both football and track. A linebacker and fullback in football, he was the Lower Buck scoring champ, a Philly Maxwell Club award winner, honorable mention All-State, selected to the All-Bucks team, and the Courier Times Player of the Year. On the track team, he threw shot put and ran the 880 relay.
And now, in the outside lane, swimming for the Pennsbury High School Falcons, 3-time Pennsylvania State champion in the 100-meter butterfly.
Inducted in 2005 for his swimming prowess, Howard Norris placed first in 1961's 200-yard medley relay at the National AAU Olympic Finals. In his freshman, sophomore, and senior years, he was the Pennsylvania 100-yard butterfly champion. Howard was also an All-American on the 100-yard butterfly medley relay team. Inducted in 2002 for his basketball play at guard, forward, and center, Bob Matuza was a first-team Bucks County and Delaware Valley selectee. In our senior year, he was the team captain and the league's leading scorer, averaging 19.4 points per game and totaling 403 points for the year. Bob set a record 16 for 16 free throws in a single game and received basketball's American Legion Award. Bob's later play at Bloomsburg University was also very noteworthy. Inducted for both football and baseball in 2003, Joe Fioravanti was our team's line captain in football for 2 years. His play resulted in selections as Lineman of the Year by the Courier-Times, second team and third team All-State selection by UPI and the AP respectively, and as an All-American honorable mention. His play on our baseball team in the outfield and at first base resulted in his selection as All Bucks honorable mention. Inducted in 2010, Denise Queen Traub was honored for her achievements in basketball, track, softball, and cheerleading. Her efforts on the softball team led to her selection as the Girls Falcon Award winner. She had 2 years of varsity play on both the basketball and track teams and was selected as captain of both in our senior year. Her efforts on our track's relay team contributed significantly to their undefeated season. Inducted in 2011 for his accomplishments in football and track, Kent Homa was a 3-year starter and letterman in football. and co-captain in our senior year. In track, he was selected to numerous all-star teams and placed in the long jump at the Lower Bucks League meet. Ken was also captain of the boys' orange team for sports night. Inducted in 2005 for football, baseball, and basketball, Dwight Kerr was selected as an All-Bucks honorable mention for his play at second base and also for his gridiron play as both a defensive back and a running back. In our senior year, Dwight was also selected as All-Bucks best blocking back. Dwight was also a captain of the boys' black team for sports night.
Give me an E, C, give me an E, E, give me an N, give me an N, give me an I, give me an S. What does that spell? Defense. What does that mean? Defense.
Inducted in 2005, Dennis Woomer was an All-Bucks County football player. He was one of 3 on the team to be recognized on the All-State team. An honorable mention All-American, Dennis was selected to play in the prestigious Big 33 football contest against Texas. Dennis was also recognized for his achievements in wrestling and track. How about one more round of applause for all of our selectees and honorable.
Thank you.
Anybody remember these guys? Anybody here from Levittown? Anybody here from the class of 65? Joe, Jules, stand up for a second. Okay, we had a beautiful luncheon today, and we honored our veterans. That's something that we were inspired by Terry, and and he he did the research on all of these guys who, you know, came back to, we won't get into it, less than a warm welcome. And we did our best to make them feel good today. And Terry and I have developed a very strong relationship. And he wrote 2 books, as you know. I read both of them. I recommend them. We walked right into it. It was all about the Pennsbury graduates who died in Vietnam, and a bunch of riveting stories about some who survived, Henri being one of them. And Dave DiDonato gave an invocation, and there we are. We honored Eddie Beers and I'm going to turn it over to Don for just a second. Okay, Don, where are you, buddy? Come on up.
I had a dream I would do that. Better be careful what you dream about. I just told my wife I really don't know what I want to say, but here goes. Freedom is not free. I've been to the wall many times, and I always look for Eddie's picture or his name. And think about him a lot. And Pat Roy. And we lost a lot of other men in Vietnam from other classes. We have 150 veterans in this one class.
159.
159. I am so thankful to be a child of a veteran and a child of what people say is the greatest generation. And we are all children of parents of the greatest generation. Many of them fought for our freedom. And I thank God for that. And I thank God for this class and for the friends and memories I have with this class. I'd just like to say that at the 25th year reunion, I was talking and had a bunch of Vietnam veterans come up, because when we came home, we were ashamed. My dad came home to a ticker tape parade, and nobody came home to a ticker tape parade from Vietnam. But I didn't honor all the people that served in the Army and the Navy and the Coast Guard and the Marines. Did I leave one out? And the Air Force. So anyone in our class that served in any of the armed forces, I'd like us to stand up. I'd like to say thank you for your service. Thank you.
May I tell you the story of my life in 90 seconds? Indulge me. After 2 years of torturous Latin class, of which I was cheating off of Larry Kennedy most of the time, I got a C. I was told the Spanish would be easy. So starting my senior year, I went into Spanish 1, And we were all alphabetically arranged by Miss Elliotary. So E's are up here and S's are back there. So there was this woman on the other side of the room, a girl actually, who was the superstar. She had the dialect, she had the accent, she had it all, okay? And we had different goals. Her goals were to study hard, learn how to speak Spanish, get an A, and be a language teacher someday. My goals were to do as little as possible. I didn't want to use up any valuable brain cells on useless information, such as Spanish. Get a passing grade only because I hated summer school. Well, both of us accomplished our goals. Now, the next year, we went to Gray Harris's class, Spanish 2, and I quickly noted that she did not put us in alphabetical order. So, being opportunistic, I looked across the room and I saw Nancy. And I said, she's pretty smart, maybe she can help me here. Got a little B or something, you know. And she didn't know me from Adams. So I was probably a little disingenuous, but hey Nancy, how are you? And you get this look on Nancy's face, maybe you've seen it, when she's like, thinks you're crazy, and she goes like, what? Like what? I said, you know, I love Spanish, maybe we can sit together. What? So the next class we had was coincidentally chemistry, and again we had Mr. Willis, and I went up to Nancy and said, gee, I love science. Maybe we could be like lab partners here, you know? And she went, what? Well, as predicted, she got A's in Spanish and chemistry, and I didn't. And that is the story of my life. And she has been my inspiration ever since. And I want to welcome the woman who put all of these facilities together with help in their committee, but was the driving force behind so much of tonight. And I want to welcome my co-chairman, your co-chairman, my best friend, my lifetime partner, and the student council secretary, Nancy Ent. I'd like Sandy to join us, if she would. Thank you. Sandy is retired from the Pennsbury School District. Both Nancy and Sandy work for the school district. And married, of course, to Dick Spickler. But I just want you to know that Sandy has been an extraordinary force for all of us over many, many years in acting as a treasurer and doing the dirty work of doing all of this accounting for this reunion and all of the reunions that we can remember from the past. And I just want to, you know, show you how much I really appreciate.
As you can see on the screen, we have a number of people named up there. Those people, led in the beginning by Natalie Yerrick, started our reunions. So those of you who are here, and I know there's many of you, please stand up. Thanks to this group of people. And Natalie, we thank you for all the information you gave us 30 years, 40 years ago, which enabled us to be able to do what we did tonight. It's been a pleasure. I thank all of you, well, maybe 99% of you who paid in advance, let me know you were coming. I apologize to those that I was browbeating on the internet, but I'm glad that it worked. And I'm really glad that we're all here together tonight. It's been such fun for me to watch all of you greet each other who you haven't seen for years. So enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you all for traveling.
So this year, the committee was, of course, you know about the veterans, Terry, Dave was a historian. Olivia, you got a gift from everyone, a P, a Pennsbury P, okay? That was handcrafted by Olivia Younger, and a gift to you. Arda has put together, you know, from our website, you can access the classmate bio information, and we will be assembling that, and everyone, and there are a lot of people that have signed up. We'll talk about that later. But you can go on Google, which will give you some instructions, and you can access some very, very interesting information about all of your classmates, okay? Now, as far as the how did we end up? Oh, by the way, so what percentage, let me see, who are the math majors in here, the smart people? 230 people said they were coming and paid. 200